The Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Islands are a center of natural selection and unique adaptations. The many one-of-a-kind flora and fauna are located within the archipelago. Both on its shores and underneath its surface, it draws in researchers and tourists all over the world. Sightseers can walk on island soil and witness plant and animal species found no place else on Earth. Similar to how Charles Darwin explored the Galapagos Islands 150 years prior. To this day, never-seen-before species proceed to stun specialists with their remarkable methods of survival in this evolutionary hive. Birds that cannot fly, land snakes that fish for food, finches that drink blood, and the list goes on. All these creatures and their adaptations can only be found on the world-famous Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Islands are located on both sides of the equator in the Pacific Ocean near Ecuador in South America. Charles Darwin. Everyone has heard about the theory of evolution named Charles Darwin along with it. But what is the theory of evolution? Who is Charles Darwin, and why is he such an important figure for biology? The theory of evolution was developed by Charles Darwin and published in his book On the Origin of Species. He explained that natural selection was the process behind evolution. Charles Darwin developed his theories after his adventures on HMS Beagle. In his travels, he observed that the creatures were found on the island were similar to the ones he found on the mainland, but appeared to be slightly different. It wasn't until he returned home he came to the conclusion that species are specifically modified to their environments, and that's why they differ. Vampire finch. Galapagos Islands was once a whole island and was the habitat for the ancestral finch. As islands broke away from each other, these islands formed unique niches of foods and environments, enacting unique selective pressures on the population of finch. An example of this would be one island has an abundance of nuts and the other island has abundance of worms. The finches living on each island slowly adapted to each niche, leading to adaptive radiation. The vampire finch's main adaptation is its sharp beak that pecks at the skin and feathers of specific animals such as the blue-footed booby, drawing its nutritious blood to enrich its diet when seeds and insects are scarce. The usual diet of finches consists of seeds. However, some islands had uncommonness of seeds, so ancestral finches began developing long, sharp beaks which were advantageous in hunting for small insects that the finch ate. A hypothesis that had been made about the vampire finch is its habit of drinking blood was caused by trying to consume parasites off of animals. Prickly pear cactus. When visiting the Galapagos Islands, there are many plants to observe and look at. Not only are they aesthetically beautiful, but they are sometimes even more amazing than the animals that reside in the island. The prickly pear cactus, like many other species on the island, has quickly adapted and evolved to survive on Galapagos Islands. The plant has 14 different variations which are all endemic to the island. Cacti have reduced their leaves to spines to reduce water loss and to protect the cactus. The roots of the prickly pear cactus are also made for a very dry environment to help adapt to the desert hot weather. For example, the pads of the prickly pear cactus are used to store water for when it's needed during drought. One variety of this cactus in particular has grown into a smooth trunk giant reaching around 12 meters tall. Lumbering saddleback tortoises love to feed on cactus pads and trunks and would easily destroy the cactus in an attempt to earn its nutritious food and a vital source of water for many other animals as well. So, the plant has adapted and created a smooth, hard bark, protecting it against the strong jaws of tortoises and the sharp claws of land iguanas. The flightless cormorant. The flightless cormorant has adapted to survive on the shores of Galapagos Islands. The bird uses its powerful back legs to propel and push itself through water, hunting for its favorite foods, octopus and eel. The flightless cormorant was one of the first animals that instantly caught Charles Darwin's attention to Galapagos Islands. The flightless cormorant, endemic to Galapagos, is one of the largest cormorant types and the only one that's not able to fly. Its weak wings are 1/3 of the size needed for the bird to fly. Darwin theorized that the bird had sacrificed its capability to fly for her ability to swim instead, using the amazingly vast sea surrounding the island as an advantage in eliminating potential competitors. Scientists continue to uphold and stand by Darwin's hypothesis, and in addition to his hypothesis though, is that the bird could have lost its ability to fly because the cormorant did not need to escape predators or migrate somewhere else. Flying had become unnecessary.